And we're live. Hi, welcome back to the podcast where we'll be talking about the latest Marvel show, WandaVision. The finale just aired. I don't know about you. By the way, I'm Harry. This is Dale. So I don't know about you, Dale, but there were some mixed feelings with this finale. How did you?
Mixed feelings would be what I would describe my thoughts at the moment. I wanted to like it more than I did. Do you know what I mean? Like, I really wanted to like it, and I was like so excited for it. And I was buzzing. I thought this is gonna be like epic, and and I thought, like, all the wild theories that we'd had before like sound like slightly ridiculous now. Like, we talked about like Professor X like wheeling out. But no, overall, yeah, I would say mixed feelings about it last night, like watching it, and there was some bits that I really, really thought were fantastic, and they were, it brought it back to what it was all about, like Wanda and Vision and that sitcom story, and the Westview story, and about Wanda's grief and about letting go of her family, and that was a good resolution for all of that, I suppose.
Yep.
But there was parts of it that just didn't really sit right with me. Like the trick with Agatha and things, I just thought,
the runes on the
like, like you thought that you were tricking me, but I'm actually like tricking you, all like, it was okay. And then what she did to Agatha and what she did to all the townspeople just didn't really sit well with me either. Like, she kind of just tortured their minds and tortured their lives for that length of time, and she just walks away with her hood up and takes off.
No consequences.
No consequences, but yet, I suppose. But,
just quickly on that, I didn't like how Monica, there are plenty of positives, but just quickly on a negative, didn't really like how Monica was just like, they'll never know what you gave up for them. But it was like, it was not even real in the first place. Like, it was it was all fake. Like, she had the power to create it, but only temporarily in a certain area. So it wasn't like she'd already lost what she had to lose. So it's like, I don't know. You'll never know. Like, you'll never know they'll never know what you had to give up. But
she didn't really give up anything. She just created things.
I guess she gave up the being able to be in a simulation, like being.
I suppose she gave up her ideal family situation with her two boys and having a
But it was never real in the first place, so.
That didn't really sit that well. But and then what kind of didn't really, like, it did work for me. Vision and Wanda's goodbye was really I thought that was really well done.
That was amazing. Yeah.
But part of me in the back of my head was thinking, well, White Vision's out there with all of Vision's memories, and like, he's basically like your Vision again. But he's just took off for God knows where. Just took off into the sky, and that's the last we see of him. Surely you would think that if that was her Vision that's got all those memories back, that he would just be like, where's Wanda? I need to go back to Wanda.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
Yeah. How does that work? He doesn't have the Mind Stone. He's just kind of like, so he's got. So what happened when the Hex Vision put the memories into the White Vision? Did he just unlock the memories that were stored in White Vision's head, or did he transfer some of the Wanda's Mind Stone power to that Vision, or was it just the memory thing? I was a bit unclear on that.
It was a bit unclear. Yeah, I don't really know what happened. He kind of like touched it, and it kind of reminded me of Voldemort and Harry Potter. I can touch you now.
Oh, God, that always creeps me out when you your Voldemort impression. That's good.
What was it? Yeah. Oh, do you know what was really good about that scene though? I really liked it. Like, kind of like philosophical, like very high intelligent conversation that they had. Like,
I really
other.
I really liked that. That was one of my highlights. And I'm even though it's really like it doesn't make sense why he just flew off. Like I'm so happy Vision's still around because he's like one of my favorites.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah.
And I like that. Yeah, the whole conversation about the wood and the rot, and like, and what happens with the rot.
Yeah, it's interesting. And quickly, just back onto your point of like she turned Agatha. I know we're jumping around a bit, but back to the Agatha thing. While I remember, she turned her into the nosy neighbor at the end, but didn't she like remove the hex at the end?
Yeah.
So what would happen then?
Yeah, so that makes it seem like she can turn on parts of that she wants.
So why couldn't she just keep the simulated vision like in a smaller hex in a like? Why doesn't she just make a house instead of a town and just keep it?
There's that idea that if she keeps Vision and the kids in that house just all the time, it's a bit like it could get a bit of cabin fever after. Like,
maybe, yeah.
It's probably not the most like ethical thing either, really. Just keep them like imprisoned in a house just for her own gain.
Yeah.
But I do think that, speaking of the boys, I don't know about you, but I do think that they will return in a future.
Yeah. Did you see the post credit scene?
Yeah.
Weren't the voices like the kids' voices?
Yeah. She's looking through the Darkhold.
Yeah.
The book.
Yeah. The Necronomicon. Book of the Dead.
That's another thing we haven't touched on either. What did you think of like the Scarlet Witch costume and everything? It was
amazing. Like that was so good, and she looked really badass. And the scene where she like after the trick when she sucked in all the power became the Scarlet Witch, that was pretty cool. I enjoyed that. And I also like, even though it was just like superhero battles, but I really enjoyed the superhero battles in this episode. It was quite cool.
Yeah. I did. I know it's a TV show, but I did expect the CGI to be a little bit better.
Yeah.
And it was fine, but like I did think Marvel throw more money at this, because I know that we've just been treated by Endgame as well, though, with like some of the best effects we've ever seen. But I did like the superhero battle as well. It was cool to see the Visions fighting each other, even though we knew it was going to probably happen. It was still, if you think about WandaVision in positive terms, like we did get a lot of really cool like things, like we got a whole story about Vision and Wanda's relationship that developed them with their characters. We got Wanda's like backstory. We got her. It didn't really feel cheap that she was revealed as the Scarlet Witch. It was a really good evolution, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's just like depending on. Well, when you put it in terms like that, we just got a really cool show, like a really cool superhero show, like that was quite like a mystery to start with. And it had a lot of payoffs. There was a lot of really cool moments. So, and the journey from episode 1 to 9 was amazing. So it's like, why complain, really? But I guess like if there are a couple of plot holes or things that don't make sense, or maybe like future films will help us understand why Vision just flew off and didn't go to Wanda, like where's she going? Is she going to be like doing things on her own terms, like, or is she a potential antagonist for future films, or is she like still an Avenger? Like, what's going on with that?
Yeah, I can't see the public like having a good like opinion of Wanda now, and they'll probably get out about the whole thing. And unless they try and cover it up, but I can see her kind of being like exiled from the Avengers type of thing, and maybe that will, like, I know she's confirmed to be in the main cast for Doctor Strange too. Surprised that he didn't turn up.
No, I was to be honest, weirdly enough, I didn't even, when watching the episode, I completely forgot about the cameo comment, and I didn't even think about it. So I'm quite glad I forgot about it because I wasn't like anticipating it the whole way through.
Oh yeah, you see, I was the opposite. I was waiting on like the portal to appear, like, and him just to, like step out, the orange glow, like.
But then again, when you like put it in terms of the show, it would have come out. It would have been just something that had come out of nowhere. Like there was no setup for it. It would just be like a Nick Fury at the end of Iron Man kind of moment, you know, just popping up. there was no setup for it. So in terms of the story that was told, like that can come later in the Doctor Strange film. It doesn't need to be in this show.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess the start of the second Doctor Strange film will be, there'll be something that Wanda does, I guess, with the Darkhold that unleashes some kind of.
So we know that,
threat.
yeah, we know that moment will come. Just when, yeah.
But I did think that WandaVision would, kind of crack open the multiverse at the end, and it would like be really.
Yeah.
I thought that Evan Peters was going to be revealed, and we need to talk about that.
Yes.
That he was going to be revealed as an alternate Quicksilver, from another universe, and that it was going to be a huge reveal about the multiverse, and like whatever Wanda did at the end, like just shattered things, and like we started that led into Spider-Man 3 and Doctor Strange, where we started to see all like the villains from past Spider-Mans and Toby and Andrew and all of that. But I'm doubting that more now after this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doubting whether they're going to go that far, and whether they're that things like the Fox X-Men and past Spider-Mans and the Sony characters are even on the table anymore. That they might contain it and just keep it, because like before, Kevin Feige was very much just continuity of his own MCU. So I don't know. What are your thoughts on all of that? Did you expect it to be like a setup for more at the end, or?
That's what I expected, but by the end, I didn't really mind that it didn't do that. Like it's fine. That again, like we know it's coming because Doctor Strange 2 is called the Multiverse of Madness, so we know that something is coming. But it would have made sense that Wanda could have been the catalyst to make that happen. And the idea of her becoming so much in pain, it causes it to happen. It's quite a cool idea. Could still happen. We don't know. But yeah, it's not out. It didn't seem out the question to predict that would happen in WandaVision. But yeah, and then in that, the ending, how she just kind of like says goodbye and then flies away. It's not like a big cliffhanger ending like a lot of us thought it was going to be. But yeah, I don't know. It's just a wait for me. It's be a wait and see now. What happens next? Yeah.
It is a wait and see, and I suppose the cherry on top of all of the cakes is that you're getting a massive stream of MCU content now throughout the whole year.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna have another drought period of no content for a year or two. So because we've got Falcon and the Winter Soldier coming up. So
absolutely, yeah. No, that's not far away.
Maybe we'll go for predictions about that later as well.
Yeah, we should do that next week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Anything else? Evan Peters.
Yeah, let's talk about Evan Peters. This is the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, so clearly he's not the Fox Quicksilver, which I don't know, just it seems like it was like a massive troll.
Yeah, and it's not a funny one. Like,
I mean, the Ryan Boner thing was quite funny, but
I mean, I couldn't believe it when I saw it. I thought, Ryan Boner. Like, are you kidding me? Like, is this the like reveal? Like, is this all that he was just a Westview character that was wearing a little funny necklace, and that's what caused him to have all the Quicksilver powers? Like,
random.
Why keep it so secret? Like his casting and everything, like he was under cloak and under a cloak and smuggled into sets and stuff, and wasn't revealed in the whole cast or the trailers, or and it was treated as like a huge reveal at the end of episode 5. So why all of that if he was just a random character? Was that all just for a troll and like a, like a? I can't. I just don't get it. Like,
Yeah.
Unless,
why even bother?
unless they would know. Like Kevin Feige's like he's one of us in some ways. Like, in a lot of, and more so than us. Like, he's been that's been most of his life, I suppose, that he's been reading the comics.
I guess if you could defend it by saying it's just a bit of fun having, the same actor play like a fake version of that character in something else. Like, I think it's been like quite a big thing that people want more actors crossing into different properties. More fun casting choices and things like that. But when you add in the factor that Disney merged with Fox, or they bought Fox, so everyone's thinking, oh, when are they going to do X-Men? Not when are they going to bring in the original X-Men? When are they going to like start again? And then it's just a real odd choice to like do that. I mean, I get it if it was meant to be a fun thing, but it just kind of fell flat on its face a bit.
It did fall flat on its face after the like fever pitch excitement and like theories from week to week about like him playing the Fox Quicksilver, and that was going to be revealed hopefully, and everyone was like really excited about that fact, and then it was just thrown out there as like a boner joke. Like, and do you think though there's potential that like but this was the time to reveal that, like there's no way that he'll come back in another show or movie and that it will be revealed in a movie? Because there is a thought too that maybe they want to save the big multiverse reveal for like a feature film. So will he come back maybe and be revealed as, or is that just it?
I have no idea. It'd seem weird if they did it again for real after doing it fake. I don't know.
Yeah, it just doesn't sit well with me. I mean, maybe it's just disappointment, and maybe we just speculated far too much.
Surely the writers knew that would be the case, that everybody would think he was the real Quicksilver, and that if it was, everyone would just be kind of like disappointed by that. I don't know. Yeah,
I do have that kind of, not worry, but like thought now that that the multiverse idea is going to be more contained, and it's probably just going to be just like different realities with like maybe characters like the idea that we have like an alternate Loki that is going to be up to no good in his TV show, and it'll just be things like that where and maybe they're not going to open up to other properties like the X-Men before.
Well, we know that Jamie Foxx and Alfred Molina, is that how you say his name?
Molina, yeah.
Yeah, we know that they're coming, so there's some sort of thing happening there.
Yeah, and I suppose that's true. Actually, like we know that they've been cast, and they
unless they're just going to be like fake versions with necklaces around their necks.
That would be the biggest like joke. Not even joke, just like it'd be really infuriating.
Yeah,
if that.
No, I highly doubt that would be.
I know that's not going to happen. I know that would be like... But yeah, I suppose that's true. Maybe I'm just getting it on a down about like the fact that it wasn't revealed in WandaVision, but I did like.
And just the title itself, Multiverse of Madness, sounds like it's going to be jumping between different realities and things like that. At least that's what I'm picturing in my mind. Like, I guess that's a dangerous game to play, getting expectations like that. But
no, I think with Sam Raimi at the helm as well, it's definitely one of my most anticipated films, really.
Pizza Time.
Pizza Time. You see that Bruce, I don't know if we talked about this, but Bruce Campbell like tweeted that he'd been working in
In a
London
certain city with a certain director in a certain film. Yeah.
That's really cool because he had the cameos as like the door guy, didn't he, in the original Spider-Man films from Sam Raimi? Yeah, he was always the guy that was like not letting Peter into the shows. Remember, he was like, shh. Yeah, but yeah, I suppose we've just gone through into Spider-Man again.
Percentage chance. What would you say? Percentage chance that Ash from Evil Dead shows up in Doctor Strange 2.
London Bridges fall.
Yeah. I think there's a chance. I mean, there has to be a chance if there's multiverse and it's Sam Raimi.
Do you actually think that is a possibility?
I think there is a possibility. I don't think it will happen, but there's a possibility
that he could actually be like canon Ash from Evil Dead in the MCU.
Yeah.
That's great. I don't know now. I just really hope that that we do get more characters from other iterations.
Yeah, and it's
a perfect opportunity to do it now.
Sorry,
it's a perfect opportunity to do that now.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's just maybe it's coming a bit later than we thought, rather than we all thought it'd be WandaVision. But yeah, when you take that out of it and just take WandaVision as a whole for what it is, it's a really good show.
Like, it is, yeah. And it was really enjoyable, and it was great to have it during this lockdown spell.
Yeah.
And all the benefits that we got from Wanda and Vision's characters was worth it. Because I think Wanda is one of the most fascinating characters in the MCU now.
Yeah, definitely.
She's like she's probably more powerful than Doctor Strange.
Yeah, like maybe if she had as much practice and knowledge, like how she says she doesn't understand her power. Like if she'd like fully understood it and could like control it perfectly, maybe she would be like more powerful. Because
I think
he knows exactly what he's doing.
I think the Russos kind of said as well that in like Endgame she was stopped from unleashing on Thanos, but they kind of addressed it that Wanda is probably powerful enough to have defeated him.
Yeah, she pretty much nearly kills him. Yeah.
And that's really cool though, that looking back on that now, is really cool, and thinking about all of, like, knowing her history now, it's going to be really interesting to rewatch the films.
Definitely. And I think rewatching the show WandaVision will be better because where it's going now. Well, maybe not better, just different, good in a different way.
Yeah.
Because then you're not going to be set up for any letdowns or anything.
Yeah, you can kind of just enjoy it and have a look at the little, hints and Easter eggs and Agnes's, like, Catherine Hahn's performance as well, and just looking at all her little quirks.
Yeah,
she was really good.
It seemed quite random, but I enjoyed it. But it was like to have like it was all like the witchcraft and things like that. It's all new, and it seemed quite random, but it worked. I think it worked well. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, it was probably the best time to introduce it. And it's as we said before, it's like really cool now that we've got Scarlet Witch introduced in a really good way. And I was a little bit disappointed that we didn't get more of like Monica, Jimmy, and Darcy. Like, I feel like, I don't know about you, but I feel like this finale could have been maybe 20 minutes longer.
Yeah.
Or the episodes before could have been a bit longer, or we could have had maybe like a 2-episode finale. Just some parts of it I thought I wanted a bit more closure on. Like, Darcy's last scene is just her like driving that truck into Hayward, and she's like, "You're going to jail." And he was like a standard, like, run-of-the-mill MCU, like kind of vanilla bad guy, wasn't he? Like,
Well, it seemed like he was like, from my point of view, or my opinion, he seemed like a good guy because he knows that he's just trying to protect the planet from a potential disaster.
well, I suppose, yeah. So he's like recreated. He's put White Vision's main goal was to kind of like crush and kill Wanda.
Yeah, he wants to get rid of the problem. Yeah,
Yeah, because she's so powerful.
yeah. But I guess his flaw was that he didn't believe in just like communication with Wanda. Instead, it was like brute force rather than
Yeah.
destroy, rather than reason. I don't know.
And or like, be really shady and not reveal your plan, like a sort of
Yeah.
like a holdo in Last Jedi.
Oh, give me a headache when you just said that. Yeah. But no, he was quite cliched. But yeah, it was quite like a shocking moment when he tried to shoot the kid. But he knew the kids weren't real. Like the kids are known to not be real. So I don't know. Did he know that? I don't know.
Did he? Yeah, that was pretty unnerving.
Well, I guess if he didn't think the kids were, if he thought the kids were real and he tried to shoot the kids, then he's then he's
going to jail.
And he's going to jail. Yeah. You're going to jail now.
You're going to jail. Yeah.
Yeah, and I got some Incredibles vibes as well when like Wanda was shielding the family from
Yeah, it did feel like that. Yeah, it really did. Like the way when they're all standing there and they're like, we've got to do this. You go and do this. Like, yeah, that was really cool. I forgot about that actually. It did feel like they were going for that kind of.
I think that's why they had an Incredibles reference in the episode earlier.
What was the Incredibles reference?
On I think it's episode 6 when the Halloween, is that the Halloween one? Or where they're going around town in the cinema, it's got the Incredibles showing.
Oh, has it?
Yeah.
I didn't even spot that. Very good. Yeah, that's probably it. It's like a super family.
Yeah.
I do think that the kids will come back and there'll be some kind of, I think we talked about this before, but there'll be some kind of like Young Avengers film in the future. Yeah, it'll be really cool to have like a younger team of heroes.
Thinking about that, if the kids come back and then Vision's still around, Wanda hasn't really lost anything. She's gained something because if the kids are set up to come back, so she'll actually have got a version of Vision now who's alive, and potentially the kids. So it's not exactly the most traumatic ending that was kind of, I don't know, that at least I thought was going to happen. Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's potential for her to gain, back the kids, and then she's gonna have probably get White Vision back, and I can imagine White Vision will quickly turn back to the same color as.
Yeah, he'll be like what? He'll be like Vision. He'll be Vision maybe with he doesn't have the experiences with Wanda that so he doesn't maybe love her or anything like that, but maybe he just knows about it. So maybe if they spent time together again, maybe it would end in a couple movies' time. It might be back to how it was. I don't know. I don't know if I really like that idea. I don't know. Maybe speculation.
Yeah, they're a happy family.
Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of thought it would be kind of a Shakespearean tragedy type thing. But I guess it's not down to me. It's down to the showrunners and Kevin Feige, and what they present us is going to be the story. And it's just, I guess, kind of, it's down to us to not get too hyped up and just experience the story as they present it.
Yeah, and what did you think? I'm just thinking there too about the other like mid-credits scene, and it sort of set up that the engineer was actually a Skrull in this, and they like he's pointing like up there as in to say like it's either Talos who's played by Ben Mendelsohn, or Nick Fury. So it sounds like, the Secret Invasion show with those two that's been announced, that she could, like Monica, could be in that.
Yeah.
And that sounds really cool. I love the idea of like a Nick Fury starring show. It sounds great.
Yeah, no, that'd be
But yeah, like when you look at the slate of upcoming movies and shows over the next 2 years at least, like next year is like Black Panther 2 and Captain Marvel 2. There's 4 movies next year. So there's Black Panther 2, Captain Marvel 2,
Doctor Strange
Thor
2.
Love and Thunder, and Doctor Strange 2. Oh, what a 4, like.
That's gonna be good.
Yeah. I think I don't know about you, but I think now that I think that Thor, maybe we said this last week, but Thor Love and Thunder is probably most anticipated.
Definitely, yeah. Yeah. Wasn't there a new bit of casting news for Thor? Was someone going to be in? I remember, or have I just made that up?
It was. I don't know whether to say it though, because it's not really a big spoiler. But did you see about Matt Damon before?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the Matt Damon's going to be in. Yeah.
Did you see any more about that kind of role that he's, or who's going to be
No,
along?
I don't think so.
Okay, I'll say nothing then. But there's been some set photos released, and I happen to see a few of them that kind of give away a few things.
Okay. Oh, that was the cat. Yeah. That this has been reported around, so it's not really a spoiler or anything. But Melissa McCarthy, she's going to be in it. That's who I remember reading about.
Yeah, and I know what her role is.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't.
I've seen the picture of her in costume. It came flashing up, and I just was like, "Oh, why did I see that?"
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it looks great.
Was it?
Yeah, the whole idea of what they're going with for all of that, I can't wait to see it. Like, I know it's going to be hilarious.
And I'm just thinking, like, Melissa McCarthy, when she's got good material, she can be like really funny. So like with Taika's dialogue and stuff like that, and I don't know, his direction, her comedy. I'm expecting good things from that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of her now. Like, she was really, really good, obviously, in Bridesmaids. But like, there was a film with her and Richard E. Grant, and I can't remember. I've seen it, and I can't remember what it's called. It's not. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna look it up because it's gonna bug me the whole time if I don't look at it now. Can You Ever Forgive Me? That's what it is.
Right. Okay. Yeah. No, I've not seen.
She was fantastic in that.
Cool. No, I think that's definitely a good bit of casting news. Then so what is it? We've got Thor, Doctor Strange. They're both very highly anticipated, and then Captain Marvel 2. We'll see. And what's the other one? Black Panther 2.
Black Panther 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard Lupita Nyong'o's came out recently and talking about that, and how, she just kind of said the general that you would expect, like they're going to honor Chadwick and all of that. But it's just nice to kind of hear that she's going to be back in it as well.
Yeah, and then there's going to be a Wakanda TV show as well.
Yeah, that's cool. I like the idea. There was like an idea floated around. I don't know whether you've heard this, that like off screen or before Black Panther's probable death in the MCU, I guess, probably going to kill him off, I would expect. But that I think is it Nakia? Her name, Lupita Nyong'o's character's called in Black Panther.
I can't remember.
I think it is, and that she is pregnant and like then has his son.
Right. Okay.
Which I thought would be really cool.
Yeah. No, that seems like a pretty cool idea.
Yeah. I really like that.
No, that's good.
And then
could be in the Young Avengers.
Oh, let's get everybody in the Young Avengers. Shuri could be in the Young Avengers.
Potentially. Will it be like teenagers and young adults?
Yeah, because like Haley Steinfeld is playing Kate Bishop in the Hawkeye show, so you think
that's a good bit of casting, that, isn't it?
Yeah, she's really good. That's brilliant.
Yeah, so there's a lot to look forward to next year.
Oh,
Yeah, and potential after Doctor Strange 2, there could be a season 2 of WandaVision. You never know.
you never know. There could be.
Probably not, but
Yeah, there could be a film.
yeah, yeah, Scarlet Witch film. Yeah,
Yeah. And yeah, and that I suppose just call it Scarlet Witch.
yeah. What do you think? I know we've kind of veered off WandaVision, but have we spoken about everything you want to speak about in WandaVision?
I
Kind of.
think so, unless there's anything you can think of, or
No, I don't think so. But yeah, what were we saying just then? Oh yeah, I was going to say Black Panther, not Black Panther, Black Widow. Are you
yes,
anticipating that at all? Are you excited for that
yeah,
one?
I am, yeah, because I really like the character, and I really like the cast in that film. Like, I really like Rachel Weisz and David Harbour and Florence Pugh.
Yeah,
Um,
really good cast. Yeah,
really, really good, yeah. And I'm hoping for like a little Clint Barton appearance, from Jeremy Renner. That would be really good. Get a little
yeah.
bit of Budapest, like find out what happened there.
But there could be like a flashback sequence to that.
Mm,
You never know.
yeah, because I think that they did actually film in Budapest too. So
Nice.
um, yeah, and it'll just be good, to see her character again and get a bit more of that story. But do you think? I don't know if we've ever talked about this, but do you think there's any possibility that Natasha will come back?
Ugh. Marvel fake death universe. They're all coming back.
Yeah,
Yeah, like Vision's already back. Uh,
Loki's sort of back.
Loki's back. Even if it's a different version of their character, they're still back. Gamora's back. They're already all back. And Chris Evans has signed a new deal with Marvel.
But has he though? That like I know that it's reported. Was it the Hollywood Reporter have said about it?
Mm-hmm.
Which they usually get everything right, don't they?
Yeah. I
Um,
mean, yeah, like if they're reporting on it, it's probably true.
yeah, but then remember when Chris Evans tweeted then after, like, news to me.
Yeah, but he would do that.
I know he would do that, yeah, but what do you think? I know we'll talk about Falcon and Winter Soldier like maybe next week, but do you
Yeah,
think
we
that
can
there's a
touch on it now.
possibility? Do you think that he'll appear in Falcon and the Winter Soldier? I don't think he will.
I highly doubt it. Yeah. No,
I
that
think
would be weird to me if he was in it.
Yeah, I think before, like maybe before, like
Unless,
in the height of WandaVision, in the middle of it, I might have thought, "Ooh, he could appear." Yeah, you never know. They're going for really high stakes here, but no, I don't think so. But I'm really look. Do you know what I'm really looking forward to with Falcon and the Winter Soldier? Just like good old like back to like that banter between the Bucky and Sam and like some action sequences and
yeah, like the kind of buddy cop kind of style.
yeah, they've got good chemistry.
Yeah,
Like as you
they can
know,
make fun of each other, kind of like
yeah.
pull each other's legs a bit.
Yeah, yeah, no, I'm actually really looking forward to that show because they're like two characters again, like Wanda and Vision, that you just want to see more of, and
And just going back to the Captain America thing, I, when I was thinking, is Cap going to be in it? I was thinking like Captain America as he was in the movies, young, like middle-aged Captain America. Like, but what if old Captain America's in the show? Like, I could
yeah,
see that, like for one scene or something. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I wouldn't be as shocked if that happened.
yeah, yeah. It's funny that because like I suppose it wouldn't be that big of a shock. I suppose if there was, as you say, just like one scene with old Steve.
Hmm.
Um, I do think that old Steve will appear again in some kind of form in the next couple of years.
Good old Steve.
Old Steve. It's really fun to say, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good old Steve.
Yeah, he'll be back.
Um, yeah, he will be back, won't he? And then
Maybe
like us,
maybe that's what he signed on Marvel just to play old Steve.
and then like as John Campea would say, like that there's no like Robert Downey Jr. will 100% be back like at some
At some
point.
point. At some point, yeah.
Yeah, I do think at some point, maybe 5 years down the line, maybe the Russo brothers will come back and do Secret Wars, um, which I don't know too much about, but I've heard that it's sort of like a all superheroes from just across the galaxies like come together for some kind of tournament, and that sounds like, and like past heroes and stuff are brought back, and that kind of thing,
Okay.
which sounds huge. And if you were going to go for something bigger than Endgame, then like,
Yeah. Yeah, no, that does sound good. And again, it's like people can complain about, or it's a valid complaint that people who die just come back. Characters that die just come back, but in the end, like, as long as the entertainment is there and it's like well made, like that's the only thing that matters, really. It doesn't, like, for that particular movie, like Endgame, there are stakes. Even if for me, it feels like there are stakes, even if they just keep coming back. So
yeah,
it
yeah,
works.
because
Yeah.
yeah, because like with Loki, like it's not the Loki that we're getting now, and the Gamora as well isn't. Or they're not the same
Mm.
people that they were that we knew. That had grown so much. They're back, like Loki's back to the mischievous like villain Loki that he was in the Avengers, which is really exciting. Kind of gives it a whole new lease of life, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess like the character growth has been killed rather than the character.
Yeah, I think there is I don't know about this, but I think there is a potential that like the Loki that we now see that goes off of the Tesseract that's in this show from Disney Plus, like will maybe make the Tran come back to the timeline that we follow
Yeah.
some way in the show.
Yeah. I mean, multiverse of madness, like
Exactly, yeah. Take him along for the ride.
the villain of Avengers 5 is Loki, and he attacks New York again.
Milk Loki.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just so much to look forward to, really, and it's so exciting the fact that we're in March now, and then April, May, like 2 months away, really, 2.5 maybe months, we could be in the theater watching Black Widow.
I hope so.
And A Quiet Place Part 2, which do you see, it's just been moved.
Say that again.
A Quiet Place Part 2.
When is that moved to?
It was moved from like April to September this year, but they've moved it back until the 25th of May.
Ooh.
Yeah, the first time like during the pandemic that they've actually moved a date back in like a couple of months.
Sweet. Looking forward to
So
that.
we could potentially be seeing that in 2.5 months.
Finally, like that. That was just on the verge of coming out last year, wasn't it? Right before the pandemic hit.
It had the premiere, didn't it, in New York, I think. And like people saw it, and then it just didn't get released.
Yeah, that's real strange, isn't it?
Yeah, that's when you knew like it was really going down. Like, and then hopefully we get No Time to Die.
Oh, it's just the wait until November and December for big films like that. It's just so long, like June and James Bond and things like that. It's just,
I know,
need them right now, and then Spider-Man as well, obviously.
Yeah, and it's really exciting too. The idea that that's going to come out at Christmas. I don't know why I find that just like really cool. And I've heard that some of it is set in winter as well.
Nice. So it's going to have like that festive feeling, maybe.
Yeah, which we haven't really seen in a Spider-Man movie, really, have we? No.
No. The only thing I can think of is, I don't know if you've watched any gameplay from Miles Morales, the PS4 game. Have you seen the trailers and things like that?
I've seen the trailers. Yeah, is there snow in that?
Yeah, it's set at Christmas. So the city's in winter. Yeah. So
cool.
It looks quite good, actually.
Yeah, I need to get that.
Yeah, I've not played it. I'm probably going to wait until get a PS5, but probably not going to get one for a long time. Just because I've got so much so much else to play already.
Yeah, what's a PS5?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of tempted to wait until the next. You know how like there was a PS4 and then PS4 Pro. So the PS4 Pro upgraded it to like 4K. I'm gonna wait maybe for the half step PS5. So it's like the probably 8K PS5 or something. Even though it's already capable of 8K, there'll be a better version.
Just 8K.
Just 8K. No one can even watch 8K at the minute. Well, when I say no one, I'm sure some people have 8K TVs, but not many.
It's mad.
It's just the worst thing about tech like that is it just keeps getting better and gets better quicker as well. So it's like when you invest in a TV or something, it's like, in a few years it's going to be pretty much obsolete from the newest releases at least.
Well, that's it really, isn't it? It's like that with phones as well, I suppose.
Yeah, I can't. I know we're going off movies here a little bit, but getting a new like some people get a new phone every single year. I think they're just.
I think that's a bit much.
For me, it's a bit much.
Yeah, it's every couple of years for me.
I mean, if it's your hobby and you're really into it and you love how phones work and stuff like that, I guess it makes sense. But
yeah, and if you're making videos of unboxing on YouTube and
stuff like that, yeah, that makes sense.
But
if you love phones, good for you.
yeah. That's the title of today's podcast. You like phones?
Yeah, if anyone's actually watching this podcast and actually listening to it, hashtag in the comments, I love phones.
Yeah, like hashtag I buy a new phone every year.
Hashtag I buy a new phone every year. Hashtag I love phones.
Okay.
I doubt we'll be getting any comments saying.
I really hope I would. Yeah, that would be fun.
I would laugh.
I would too.
But yeah, no. Is there anything else before we end the podcast that we didn't really plan this. We've been casually chatting, not really having any structure to these episodes so far. But I don't know. Is there anything else that you can think of that you want to talk about?
I don't think so.
Could briefly touch on the Loki show and how that's going to be like sort of. Have you seen the trailer?
Yeah, I've seen the trailer. Yeah,
it's quite like a detective story or something strange. Who's the actor in it? The other detective. Who was it?
Owen Wilson's in it.
Owen Wilson, that's it. Yeah.
Like oddly.
Yeah, I remember seeing Owen Wilson in the trailer and being like, that works really well. Like he's got like his mustache and odds on him saying crazier than a road lizard in Loki.
I really hope so. Or like, wow. You're a great guy.
You're a great guy, Loki. I can't do an impression.
I can't either.
But yeah, no, that looks really cool.
Great guy. Yeah, and I didn't know before I watched the trailer that Owen Wilson had been cast.
Oh yeah, so it was like a surprise.
Yeah, and I just thought, what? Owen Wilson's in this? Like, oh, okay.
I'm just going on the images now to refresh myself. He's got like this kind of Joker style green suit on. Obviously, Joker's suit's not green, but it's like with the waistcoat and the rip and stuff. Yeah, his costume looks pretty interesting.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that show as well.
He's like a prisoner as well at some point. But yeah, Tom Hiddleston's so good. So just more of that. It's just going to be pure entertainment.
He just knows the character inside out now.
Yeah, he's a really cool guy as well. How he like showed up at Comic-Con in full costume.
Yeah. I actually watched that video again recently. Weirdly, like.
Did you?
Of him coming out and being like, I can't remember what exactly he said now, but he's like, "You mere mortals," and like,
yeah, like in character.
Yeah, people just like screaming at him, like, I think that would be such a cool thing to experience. So as a fan, like being in that hall, like seeing Tom Hiddleston in character as Loki, like in front of you, like that's really cool.
Like when you actually think about it, it's quite wild.
It is wild.
Yeah,
Like a character from a movie, like in front of you, really. Like
played in character. Yeah, like, it's quite a strange thing.
like the way that Johnny Depp used to be like come out at all the D23s, like as Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then I know that this is mainly Marvel, but we also talk about Star Wars and anything else that we enjoy on this podcast. And seeing as we're on the topic of anticipating just general upcoming things, what are your thoughts on Snyder Cut? You excited for that at all, or are you just not bothered?
I'm bothered enough that I'm gonna seek to watch it as soon as I can here, like in our country. And yeah, I'm just excited to see what the vision was, and I quite like the idea of seeing more of Jared Leto's Joker with like a kind of different spin, and just I don't know, like I'm kind of done in some ways with all of that, with all those kind of characters in that DC universe. I just kind of have checked out of it already, if that makes sense. Like
I
my
would,
interest.
yeah. There's some part of me that's like excited to sit down and watch Man of Steel, Batman v Superman Ultimate Cut, and then Snyder Cut as one complete story. Just because for me, then it cuts out all the messiness, and it's just like finally one complete thing.
Yeah, I suppose when you put it like that, yeah, and it would probably is going to be really satisfying to watch those three.
Even if
yeah, I suppose.
yeah.
I guess
Even,
you're probably more excited or looking forward to it than I am.
yeah, I mean, I really didn't like the theatrical cut of either of Batman v Superman or Justice League. Thought they were both terrible, like dreadful. But I really like Man of Steel.
Yeah, yeah, no. I haven't watched that in years. So to be fair, I probably my mind might change if I watched it again. But I haven't seen the ultimate cut of Batman v Superman yet.
It makes it a little bit more fleshed out. Like the editing just seems better. More, it flows better.
Yeah, that was such an issue in the theatrical cut. It was really jarring.
Choppy.
Yeah, really choppy.
So yeah, it's less choppy. There's more like Superman investigating Batman. Yeah, so it's good.
Yeah, nice.
So yeah, and then if the Snyder Cut's good, then that's just a win-win for everyone.
I see this as an absolute win.
That meme.
Yeah, and I suppose like when we're talking about Disney Plus shows, we've got a wealth of Star Wars projects coming up as well.
Absolutely, it's a really, really good time to be a Disney Plus. This is going to be mainly a Disney Plus podcast, isn't it? Because we're just talking about Marvel and Star Wars.
Yeah. What is your most anticipated Star Wars show? Would it be? I'm guessing here. Would it be the Book of Boba Fett?
No.
No.
I mean that is really cool. That's like really exciting. But
I think I know actually.
My number one would be The Acolyte.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say Obi-Wan.
Yeah, actually, definitely Obi-Wan. Actually,
Yeah,
but quickly on The Acolyte, it's going to be set in the High Republic with a Sith, a dark side user as the main protagonist. So that, to me, just sounds incredible. Like not ancient history, but historical stuff in a new era with more Sith and dark side stuff. Like that just sounds amazing.
Yeah, I didn't really know much about that. To be fair, I didn't know that the protagonist was going to be.
I think she'll be a female protagonist.
Oh, nice.
I think I might be making that up. I'm trying to look for it now, but I can't see any information. So I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure that that's what's been said. But yeah, no, having the Obi-Wan show, that's just going to be epic, like amazing. I'm so excited for that. Deborah Chow directing. Just a big Ewan McGregor fan.
Yeah, and I know, and also like pretty cool that confirmed that Hayden Christensen's coming back as Anakin.
Yeah, like more Darth Vader as well. That's just an absolute win. I see this as an absolute win. What about you? Would you say your favorite's also Obi-Wan, or most anticipated?
Ahsoka? No, no, no. I'm looking forward to that one. I would probably say Obi-Wan. Yeah, I know that. I'm just looking forward to all of them, really. But I would probably say Obi-Wan, and I quite like the idea of the book of Boba Fett. Oh, really cool stuff.
That's the next one we're getting, actually.
Isn't it? Isn't it the end of this year?
Yeah. Nice. So that's another thing at the end of the year that we're getting.
Yeah.
Lots of exciting stuff.
Yeah, and then we've got the Patty Jenkins movie coming in 2023.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Rogue Squadron. Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Rogue Squadron. Yeah. Yeah, that'll be cool. Like a kind of pilot squad. Be excited for that.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Yeah, I never watched Wonder Woman 2, 1984. I didn't watch that. Just the reviews kind of put me off it, which it shouldn't do. I should check it out for myself.
I have to say, when I watched it first, like I did find a lot that I enjoyed about it.
Yeah. Are you being swayed by other people's opinions?
No, not really. Like I did find a lot that I enjoyed about it, and maybe a lot of it was maybe because I hadn't been to see like a new release in the cinema for a long time, and it just was really exciting for me.
Yeah,
I just was.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Glad to see any kind of content, but I did find a lot I liked about it, and there was a few flaws, but
that gives me hope.
Yeah, it gives me courage.
Don't do that to me. Don't give me hope. Something like paraphrasing.
Yeah, so definitely not as good as the first one, but yeah, it was okay.
Nice.
The opening was the best, I thought.
Yeah. Okay. Is that the scene in the trailer where she's in the mall in like a shopping center?
Oh God! Oh no, not that. That was one of the worst. The action in that was like really just. It looked like really low budget.
Really? Is it because of the lighting? It looks kind of weird. Yeah.
Just really, really silly. Like she's just like lassoing like and tying it around people's feet and like tripping them up and like she swings around the mall on her lasso, like, you know, it's just like kicking people and then going and like, you know, just like it's just really bad, I thought. Some of that was really cringy. But it was the opening part. It's set like in the past with the Amazonian.
Yeah. That's in the trailer. Yeah,
and that was really cool opening. It was like really action packed. It was good.
Cool.
A young Diana.
Nice.
Very good. So,
do you know what?
We've ended up from WandaVision to Wonder Woman 1984.
Yeah, we just had a bit of a random chat, but I like just like for now, just keeping it casual. I mean, maybe in future episodes we'll put a bit more structure into the show, so that we have talking points and then could end and begin new conversations. But yeah, no, for now, just a casual chat seems appropriate.
Yeah, more than happy with that.
And quickly, do you know what I'm going to do for this channel? I'm actually going to, something I've never watched is the Clone Wars, Star Wars: The Clone Wars. So I'm gonna do like a reaction, do my own reaction to every single episode, and I've already recorded 2 episodes.
Nice.
So I am going to upload those reactions to this channel. Yeah. So
Good, yeah. I'll have to give them a watch.
yeah, they're pretty bad because I don't know. I've never done like TV reactions or anything, but I don't know. I'm just using this as a practice, like learn, get my
You got to
reaction.
start somewhere. You have
Yeah,
to start somewhere. You know?
yeah, exactly.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah, and then it's just like a project to do. Like, oh, I can start and finish this whole thing.
Yeah.
Um,
Why
and
not?
and it's an excuse to watch the actual show because I'm not that. I don't have that much motivation to watch Clone Wars, other than people saying, "Oh, it gets really good later on."
We should do I just came into my head there. We should do an episode of this on The Office whenever you come to near the end.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we should talk about that. Definitely.
And I can't wait to talk to you about Community.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I know that you'll love it.
Yeah, no, I'll have to watch that. You've
I can't recommend it highly enough. Like I just and it's like I went back and watched like season 1 episodes again as well when I finished it.
Nice.
Like
yeah, no, I think after finish the rewatch of Better Call Saul and The Office, we'll watch Community after that.
Are you in season 7 of The Office now? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're very close to the end.
Yeah. There's just like a couple seasons left, I think.
Yeah, season 8 and 9. Season 8 was my least favorite.
Right. Okay. Won't have high expectations then.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. It was probably the slowest I went through. I kind of took a dip for a while and just watched like a couple of weeks for season 8, and it took me like a couple of weeks at least to get through season 8. So, but yeah, you might like it. You never know.
Yeah. No, I'll keep that in mind when we watch it. Yeah. All right. I think that should do it for this episode of the unbranded, unnamed podcast. We're still coming up with ideas for the name. So eventually we'll stick the correct name in all the titles. But yeah, for now, it's just a casual chat about shit we like. Really. But yeah, I'm sure like the more we do of this podcast, the better we'll get at it, and we'll have some structure. But for now, it's doing its job.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Any final thoughts, Dale?
Final thoughts. What have you any plans to watch anything this weekend?
Yeah, just more Better Call Saul, and The Office maybe. But we're just trying to finish up that rewatch of Better Call Saul. Yeah. What about you?
Cool. Yeah. No, I haven't planned anything yet. I've got a few TV shows that I need to finish. Do you know what I'm actually going to go back to? I haven't told you this. I never really finished the Netflix Marvel shows.
Oh yeah.
So, and it's been bugging me. You know that I quite like to like have things like finished off and like got closure on things. So like I'm thinking about. I think I stopped at like 3 episodes into The Punisher season 1. So I'm thinking about going back to that and just rewatching that and then following through those shows again. Because I just want to. I invested quite a bit of time in the first seasons of those shows, and I still haven't seen season 3 of Daredevil. So I know
that is amazing. Season 3 of Daredevil is incredible.
I know, and I kind of want to, for for continuity reasons and for my own like structure. Yeah. I want to watch like the other ones and then watch Daredevil season 3 and then finish it all off.
Oh yeah, Daredevil season 3 was my favorite season, I think.
Oh really? Okay.
From what I remember, yeah, because do you know who the villain is in season 3?
I can't remember now. Don't tell me.
I won't tell you, but it's satisfying. Very good.
I know that Fisk comes back.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, I knew that Fisk comes back and he gets out of jail. Yeah, I did hear that. But no, I really want to finish all those shows off just to kind of get a bit of tidy up.
I watched season 2 of Jessica Jones. I watched Luke Cage season 1. I don't even know if there's a season 2 for Luke Cage.
There is, yeah.
I only watched season 1 of Luke Cage. I watched season 1 of The Punisher, which was incredible. Loved The Punisher. Didn't watch season 2. Didn't watch Iron Fist. I watched The Defenders, which was all right. I can't remember if there was any others.
You reckon you'll go back to any of those? No?
The only one I can see myself watching is Punisher season 2. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I just want to tidy it up. I haven't seen Jessica Jones season 2 or season 3, so.
Oh, there's a season 3 for that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah. There's a season 2, 3 of Jessica Jones. So I'll probably watch a few of those. But yeah, there's quite a lot of TV that I haven't got around to. Like, I still haven't seen The Witcher, which is ridiculous.
The Witcher's good. I like The Witcher. Excited for season 2. But yeah, no, it just doesn't come close to the game. The story in the game is just so much better.
Yeah.
I don't know, if you ever have any time, you have to play The Witcher 3. It's just so good. Like, imagine if Game of Thrones was good. like when you've read A Song of Ice and Fire, the books, that kind of vibe of like the world that's war torn and like A Storm of Swords it's literally like you're playing through something as epic as that. I've not read the Witcher books, and I'm assuming that's probably more accurate, but it's like just every single character you meet is important. Really, really great dialogue and storytelling, and everything you do all links back together. Like, amazing.
Yeah,
but I don't know. It's time consuming.
Yeah, maybe someday soon.
That's a no.
Yeah, I in the near future I can't see it, but I'll never rule it out because I'm really interested in it, and I know that I would really like it from what you've told me. So
just one of those things, time consuming.
It's I can't even think of the right phrase now. It's on the tip of my tongue. Where is it? It's not goodbye. It's I'll see you soon. So yeah.
Yeah, no, like there's so many things I have. Like, I know we're going on overtime here, but are we all good for another couple of minutes, or because you said you had to leave, or just a quick round up all our thoughts on that. Like, it's not like a definite no, but I'll eventually get around to it. I have so many things like that I'll eventually watch those. Like, Fringe is one of them, and The Wire. I watched the first 3 seasons of The Wire and then just didn't watch season 4 and 5, and that was like 6 years ago, and I'm like, oh, I'm still gonna watch it. Yeah.
I have a few like that as well. Yeah, like as in the MCU, the Netflix Marvel shows, and and a few other things that I haven't really got around to. Like, I watched nearly the first season of Arrested Development like a couple of years ago and just didn't go back to it. So
there you go. Arrested Development.
Rick and Morty season 4 sitting there for a while now, and I haven't told you, I've started Rick and Morty season 4.
Oh, nice one. How do you think?
I watched the first 3 episodes.
How do you think? I said, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I like it. It's really good to go back to it, and I'm appreciating it even more now that I know that Dan Harmon is one of the co-creators. So